we're back with Angela Skirtu, and we have completed our work with the SEO project we undertook, and I'm very excited to show her the results. Unfortunately, when it comes to SEO, oh my god, is she okay? Oh my god, is she okay? And my baby fell off the couch.
She's tired.
Oh baby.
You to know that. That's how I
This
feel.
is all staying in. This is all staying in, by the way. You okay though? You good? Yeah, we got some smiles.
Get on camera.
No, I just got me yelling at you. Okay.
Hilarious.
And then she's gonna do this whole thing. Okay. Anyway, so
Okay.
Angela, hello.
Hello, how are ya?
I'm good. Yeah, I am like equal parts pissed and equal parts ecstatic. And I'm pissed because I'm glad I don't know these people's names who you hired to set all this up, because I would have words for them. I would probably sound very unprofessional calling them out for the shoddy job they did. I feel like it was, once I got under the hood and kind of saw that they did the absolute bare minimum when it came to like for instance, they put in an SEO program on your WordPress, but they didn't actually like initialize it. They didn't even go through the frickin' like how to step-by-step setup process for it. So it's ridiculous. And then with Google, they did not put anything for the new site on your search console or on your analytics. So everything was pointing to the old site this whole time. I didn't even see openbedroomdoors.com when I searched for open bedroom doors until Friday. So I'm just, every step of the way, I was like just flummoxed and getting more and more upset because it was just such a bad representation of what, people like me try to do. And so I'm glad to have gone in and fixed all the things that I feel were necessary. I just think it's sad that they were necessary. So I'm gonna jump in and kind of show you like, oh my god, calm down. But I'm gonna show you like, what our project was, and we'll just kind of go through each large item so you can kind of see it.
Okay.
And
Sounds good to me.
awesome. So all right, so this was basically our the job that we undertook. So I started with trying to get some kind of a page ranking report to see where we were starting. And what is so nuts is it was 0. We were not, open bedroom doors was not coming up anywhere. I did not see it at all. And so that's like a 0. But let's pull up the page rank report for at least we were trending for therapists in St. Louis.
Okay.
So I did pull a couple of page ranks so we could at least start to see kind of where we were for those. So here's one. So you were on average about 16.7 for the primary site. And then for the HTTPS secure site, you were a little bit higher. But let's...
See, even you showing me this, I didn't get that. Like, here's where it's ranking, so Like,
yeah.
I mean, I know that now it's not indexing, so there might be some other hiccups and things that need to be adjusted. And I don't understand the hiccups either. That's the challenge as the business owner. It's like when I see that, I'm like, you guys are the expert in this. I need your help figuring that stuff out, because like I really,
No,
absolutely. Oh my God, is exactly how I feel about it. Good. I
Yes.
know you had your kid. I hope your kid's feeling safe and good now. But like,
She's
I just
fine.
want
It's
you to
fine.
know that literally highlights the emotional response to
Oh,
SEO for me, the
yeah.
business owner who was trying to understand. I feel like I'm pretty decent at figuring some things out, but that's how SEO feels like in my system.
No, no. I mean, honestly, what's crazy is I noticed that you did have a Google ad account, like an AdWords account. Not AdWords, but like just ad account associated
Mhm.
with it. So I could tell you were like pumping it up, trying to pay to get those clicks and stuff. And it's just, it's sad that that's literally the only thing that was getting you any kind of activity. And even that we can't really see because just, again,
Yeah.
just searching for just the site, just to find the site wasn't even coming
Yeah.
up. So we're starting at like infinity for open bedroom doors, but we're starting at a position of about 17 and here 16 for
Okay.
therapists in St. Louis at least. And the cool thing about this though is that the way that I was able to fix the redirects, any kind of SEO that you've already built for a therapist in St. Louis will now start to benefit you because every single link will now forward to OBD just like it was supposed to.
Okay.
So all those links that you were pulling up before, where it was like therapist in St. Louis / sex therapy, and there was an event one, and all these ones for some blog posts that you've done, those all now go to Open Bedroom Doors. So
Okay.
huge fix, huge boon. So these are the page ranking reports that we're kind of starting with. So the next big area that I tried to tackle was tracking down the old site. So we already did that. We erased all the ties from the old DNS. This is what was causing the site to continue to go to the old site because it still existed. So we took that down altogether.
You
And
so
then
you deleted the pages or what
deleted
happened there?
deleted all the pages, um,
Okay.
deleted that whole account. So after March, when it tries to auto renew, that'll actually completely go away after a 90-day period of inactivity. So
Okay.
so you don't have to worry about any kind of billing on that. Like that's all done.
Okay.
And so like that's good. So the big issue with that is that it was still controlling your DNS because you had three different URLs like domains attached to Bluehost, which was what took over Host Monster. And so it was
Okay.
just that's why like the people who built your site, they did like a in-site redirect. So if people went to therapistintstlouis.com, that would go to Open Bedroom Doors so they could say yes, we did our job. But anything that was trending on Google, anything that was linked to any kind of sub page, again like the / sex therapy, that was going to the old site or a page on the old site. So that will not
Okay.
happen anymore. That will send people to OBD. So that's a
All
good,
right.
great fix. So we reviewed all the domains. I still need you to take a quick look at in fact, if you have a sec,
Yeah, I do.
let's
I've got time for you.
thank you. Let's knock it out. That way we can just at least
Okay.
take off some of these like um it's a small thing, but we can take off some of these auto renewals that I don't feel are necessary, but you tell me how
Okay.
you feel. We'll go through them.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what's going on.
Alrighty. Okay. So all of them are set to auto renew. Um, I don't I don't believe that you need the extra ones. Like I know people say, "Oh, you want to have the .net and the .info." You don't. Like if your website was openbedroomdoors.co, then I would say, okay, you want to get the .com if you can, just because people more traditionally go to the .com. But because it's .com, you do not need behind bedroom doors. You do not need beyond bedroom doors. Anything else. You don't need open bedroom doors. Info. Net. None of that. If you
Okay.
add a store for books or anything, you can literally just do a subdomain and have it be store.openbedroomdoors.com with your primary domain. So literally unless you use or need any of these other ones, like dinner with a sex therapist, of course, I think that's a great one to keep.
Yeah, because that's my event. So
Right, precisely. But anything else that is just like these sort of extraneous ones, those can go, and that can save you 21,
okay.
40, 42, $25,
Okay.
a year.
Let's
So,
do it. Yeah, because I'm trying to save money too. If it's not necessary. So the
yeah.
ones I do, like looking through it,
Hmm.
About Sex podcast. Let's see. About Sex podcast is one I think that I should keep because that's my podcast, the old one. I
Okay.
still think I should keep that. I don't
And
know if I need
that'll
behind bedroom.
that'll that doesn't expire until January 28th of, excuse me, of next
Behind,
year. So, if you wanted to just
let's see.
phase out using that, you could also set that to not auto renew. It's up to you. Um, but yeah,
Yeah,
for
I
now
don't
it's you
know.
don't have
Like
to
it's
worry
one of
about
those.
it.
We'll see. So like I want
Yeah.
to look at my Open Bedroom Doors website to see what am I using because like even like for
Hmm.
example, so like info you said net like the ones you think that aren't necessary, let's get rid of. But
Okay.
I do want to keep dinner with a sex therapist. Obviously
Hmm.
Open Bedroom Doors,
Right. .com
Bedroom Doors
proper.
store. Therapist in St. Louis I want to keep,
Yes.
because that
Yes.
one
Because
I
that's
still. And
yes.
I think St. Louis sextherapist.com is still like a good URL,
Absolutely. That's great
like St.
SEO
Louis sex
built up.
therapist, absolutely. So
Hmm.
open, but yeah, none of those, I guess. And then the only other thing is the I ended up like right now they're being called blissful escapes retreats. So I know I had erotic adventure retreats because that was the initial name, but as I started like brainstorming and working with I'm currently doing retreats and they said let's do blissful escapes retreats. So it's like that's what it's being called right now. And to be
Okay.
honest, I feel like a couples retreat can change the name like until it's really become a thing. I could
Yeah.
change the name at any time. So I don't know that if I need erotic adventure retreats either.
Well, also we can certainly let it go, but this one doesn't expire until 2 years from now. So you got plenty of time to
Okay,
think
well,
about it.
so I guess we can keep it for now, but then if you think the rest can be deleted, then I'm trusting you on this. So
Well, and the thing is, they're not going to be deleted. They just won't, like, this one comes up in like a month, so you
okay,
just won't have to pay $42,
okay.
for that. And
Well, then
then
let's get rid of it.
yeah, I think those would be kind of easy wins for saving a few bucks. Um,
Thanks. Let's do it.
no, absolutely. There's one that's like $84. Like, that's insane. So let's see. Auto renew, turn off. Okay, and it's gonna ask me for your uh code.
It's also nice to be on with you while you're doing it because it's like, oh, I can easily do any of
Precisely.
these codes.
Precisely.
Success. So they're not going to renew. Cool.
Exactly. And so that's a savings of however much that is added up. So that's good.
These are the
Um,
things like I don't know what I'm supposed to like. This is the other part that's so hard being a solopreneur. Like
yeah.
you're kind of at the whim to trust people like you or
Oh,
whatever the website is, and that really sucks because it ends up costing us so much money. And like I'm a
yeah.
solopreneur, every dollar I make is all I've got. Like I don't have anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
I
I know
need
what
as
you
more
mean.
of my dollars in my pocket as possible. You know?
Yes. No, I know exactly what you mean. That's why, like, it's so important to me to just find every little thing that I possibly can. Like, because again, $22, $40, sure, but it adds up. It really does. And so I
It
feel like it's
does.
very important to
Thank
me because
you.
I'm a solopreneur. I know exactly what you're going through. Trust. So it's no
Yeah.
big deal.
I
I got your
really
back.
appreciate you approaching it from like this is actually what's building my trust in you.
Oh
It's
no,
like
thank
she's
you.
saving me money, thank God.
No, that's the goal. Like, I want to be
Yeah.
cost effective. I want what you're investing in me to be worth it for you. So, it's important to me.
Yeah.
Um, so thank you, and I appreciate that trust. That's so wonderful. Um, but yeah, so the other thing I kind of did was we really wanted to focus on your Google Maps and local search visibility. And so I was having trouble, like, I could find you under the business manager under your account, but I didn't see that you were associated with the actual business.google side of things, which was weird. So I ended up creating like a dummy account just so that I could connect those two things. So I'll show you what I
Okay.
did.
All right.
Business. So now when you go to business.google and you sign into your account, all right. Oh, it's killing me. Okay. I'm gonna still do it your way. Go to the business profile manager. But what it's trying to do is get you to this page. So instead of going directly to your here to your profile, you have a lot more features on this business backend to be able to actually like manage your account in an easier way. Let's see. I'm trying to. Let's see. You can do all the things. But yeah, so like you have like the ability to do all this in the back end as opposed to having to go to your primary site. That's the only real difference. But it connects the two. That's where I wasn't seeing the connection before. Was that you had that
How
back
do I
end.
get on that myself?
The same way you were. Just go into that business profile manager.
Okay.
But I don't know why.
I see. Okay, so it
yeah.
says open bedroom doors verified, and then what's this thing where it says verification required?
Right, that's like that dummy account that I made just so that we could get to this back end. Otherwise, it sends you
Okay.
directly to this page and to your like Google page, like how it shows up on Google. And it just seems like a little easier for me to navigate and add posts and edit things and edit hours and stuff a little easier from the like the business back end. But honestly, like I think you did everything just fine. I only made a few changes in the way of like making your description a lot more SEO friendly. Yeah, I changed the name to Open Bedroom Doors because it was still saying therapist in St. Louis. But we still tried to keep all of those same keywords like on St. Louis, and I think we got Chesterfield in there a couple of times and stuff like that. Updated. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're
Yeah,
good.
just updated your website. I kept that short name, but you can change that to Open Bedroom Doors for consistency if you like. But I didn't want to make that decision without you. But yeah, everything
I'm
else is
still.
good.
I mean, this is like I don't know if this is a you question or if it's a someone else question, but I have not done a DBA for Open Bedroom Doors. I just came up with this brand, and I'm still technically under St. Louis Marriage Therapy LLC, but I think at some point I need to do a DBA as Open Bedroom Doors. But I still plan to do most of my business under St. Louis Marriage Therapy because it's already an LLC, and I think like DBA is the way to do that with a new name.
Yes, I would just do the DBA thing, and that should just be something you can do with your Secretary of State. It shouldn't be a difficult process.
I don't think so. Like even when I did the LLC stuff, we just looked it up on Google. It wasn't as like people think this stuff is way harder. It's forms. It's annoying and a little tedious, and but it's not as hard.
It can get a little expensive. So I mean, but the DBA thing, I think that's literally one of the things you might be able to do is just submit a name change and then put it in as DBA, and that shouldn't cost anything. I think some people think they have to refile as a DBA, and no, it should just be essentially doing business as DBA. So yeah, but let me know if you have any trouble as you get to down to trying to do that. I'm very familiar with how to do that in North Carolina, but I mean I'm sure I could help if there's some niggling questions that come up for Missouri. So yeah, I'm around. Like I said, I'm not disappearing, so if you need some help, I will be here. But yeah, so that was kind of a small change, but then so this is how it looks now. We confirmed that the address is to that the post box. Yeah, so hopefully with linking the site and then doing all the stuff we'll show you as we move into the indexing side of things, as people start to search for the keywords that we have in your description and your short name and stuff, you'll start coming up for hopefully the maps list with your Google business, and as a page ranked, page ranking site. So this, just fixing these two things is going to help you have hopefully 2 additional avenues for Google to pick you up. So, and to be connected and to all feed SEO into your site, since we now have the proper URL associated with this one. So
Okay.
again, this was a smaller fix, but hopefully again, just making that connection between your Google business and the URL is going to go a long way. But again, we'll see.
We'll see,
We'll
because like
see.
it already started having indexing issues, as you saw.
Oh no, no,
So
no, those were not issues. I think we're good. I added open bedroom doors to your Google Analytics. This was another thing that I was kind of like, come on, team, for the people who built your page, because again, analytics that usually your site helps you to connect these things. So it's just unusual that it wasn't done.
okay.
So I did it, and now you can go in and see who's on your site, what's going on. So in the last week, you've had 284 people, and that is to the old site, which again is not a bad thing now that we have that pointing to the new site. But I added open bedroom doors so we can start to see that what the direct traffic for this one is starting to look like as well.
Okay.
And so this has had 145 people come to it in the last week. And honestly, I had none of this data before. Like as of like the 30th, it's like 0. So, this will start to pick up, especially as we start to de-index therapists in St. Louis, and OBD starts to become the more prominent site. But it's good to have an eye on what's going on with both properties for a while.
Okay.
And
it's a process. That's what I'm learning already. Like, this is
Yeah.
a process, Angela. We're going to learn over time and figure it out and tweak.
Exactly. So and nothing's bad. Like, now that we're all set up and we're in here, Google's perfect now. It's going to find everything correctly. And the beauty of it is that all the work that you did with building the SEO for this is not going to be lost. And so that's a beautiful thing.
Okay.
So good stuff. Yeah. So then we added this.
Okay, keep
going.
going.
No, go ahead.
I don't want to distract. I've got ideas, but like, I just want to hear you.
Okay. Well, we only have 2 kind of major areas to cover, and so we'll just jump right into Search Console. And that's what I have here for you. So we just refresh. So I want to explain a couple things. So again, here's another thing where this should have been done. But I added the properties for open bedroom doors. And so now this is what took a while. It takes a while for Google to recognize them. I also had to go in and add your sitemaps. And so that's been done successfully. And as you can see, I submitted it January 1st. They didn't read it until, let's just say the last time they read it was January 5th, which is today. And so then the indexing report is what didn't really come in until it looks like the 3rd is when it started to really track it. And we didn't get those emails that it had results until today. So it takes some time for Google to just sort things out and figure out what's what. And so this can look a little scary, like, oh, these pages aren't indexed, but it's for really good reasons. So for instance, if we look at page with redirect, this is saying, let's look at it specifically. So this is saying that openbedroomdoors.com, it looks like it's not indexing, but it is. It's just saying that anything with like this slash potentially is going to the main page, or anything with like a different sort of variation is going to events with a slash. And I'll show you what I mean. Like, this is so these are the actual index pages. So the same pages that look like they weren't indexed, they are clearly indexed here properly. It's just that this has a look. See how those didn't have like uh, the backslash on it or whatever. These do. So it looks like, oh, they're not indexed. They are. It's just the configuration might be a tiny bit different. So don't be alarmed. Everything's good. Like, so these are the actual pages that are that Google now knows to look for and to crawl.
Okay.
And so we're on a really good. This is great. This is exactly what we were looking for. So this is why when I at least search for open bedroom doors now, you come up right away. And then the cool thing is as we let Search Console gather data, you're going to be able to start seeing like what keywords you actually come up under, and what people are clicking to get to you and things like that. So, okay, so somebody looked for best marriage counselors in St. Louis and your page came up and somebody clicked it. And marriage counseling St. Louis, premarital counseling Christian. Okay, so those
That's
are the.
definitely not me.
But they clicked on you for that. So let's say
Whatevs.
yeah, if you see like 1,000 of those, then maybe you want to put a cross on your page. Who knows? But like,
I just don't.
Just
I'm an atheist. I'm not anti-Christian.
No,
I am not a Christian. So like, it's fun. But I love working with Christians.
No,
I'm in the Bible Belt. I've got to
I'm
work
just
with all
kidding.
the people.
No. I'm totally kidding. I'm an atheist. I'm a super duper atheist. So like, you're better than me. I wouldn't even do it. Like I would refuse. I
Well,
would
it's
not build
funny,
a
but
site
it's
for
not
a
like
church.
there's like a permission slip you have to sign to be Christian or to put it on your
Right,
website.
right.
If you say
No.
it, they would trust you.
No. No, thank you. I'm just trying to indicate that if you start to see trends, you can start to move your marketing or change certain keywording in your site or do different things to capitalize on those. That's all.
Sure. No, I get it.
Yeah, so you got some UK traffic. That's me, probably.
Like, who's this United K
Yeah,
person? Yeah.
exactly. And so think about this.
Great,
This is
cool.
like a week's worth of information. So as as this builds, it's going to be so good. And we have our historical data that we can look at with therapists in St. Louis. So look at how much more robust this is. You can see like which pages, which particular content pieces were doing well or not. Okay.
See, I never had access to any of this before, so that's helpful.
Absolutely. So you might want to do some more on vulva massage because clearly that's a trending topic.
Everybody loves penis and vulva massage. Those I already know from YouTube. I have millions of views on those, which is so
wonderful.
Like,
yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. So like everybody wants to know how to touch vaginas and penises for sure.
Yes. It's a good skill to possess, even one's own, quite frankly. It'd be fun to know. So I absolutely think that this is the kind of information you take and then you put that YouTube video on your homepage front and center, or you write a blog about it, or so this is really
you capitalize on it.
Precisely. So it's just to help you take advantage of the hard work you're putting in. And so eventually, again, all this therapists in St. Louis stuff will start to go away. I actually initiated the removal request today for this. So that'll help facilitate that process even more. And again, I couldn't even do this until I had my indexing reports in. So this was great timing, in all honesty. And so even the emails you sent me, they were showing like some of the issues they were having with not being able to index some of the pages. And again, that's excellent. The less Google is seeing therapists in St. Louis and the more they're seeing open bedroom doors is great. But again, while those sites still have like presence on Google, like some of the specific pages, oops, sorry. So like some of the specific pages that are still being indexed, they all lead to OBD. So, and then hopefully again, as time passes, even these will start to fall away. So this was a big deal. This is probably the thing that's actually going to start getting you seen and shown. And then I'd say this coupled with the next thing I want to show you. And so we're going to get into your site quite a bit. Before we jump into that, do you have any questions, or do you want to see anything in particular on these backends, or do you have any questions about how I got here? Yeah.
No, not at this time. Keep going and
Okay.
showing me the things that are important.
Okay, not a problem. So let's go to
Trying to push you down. There we go.
all right. All right, so here's the final piece of the puzzle. This basically will go through all of the backend on-site SEO that I've done, because like this is the foundation for like all the indexing won't mean anything if people don't know that you're a professional, that you have an expertise in this, that the keywords they're looking for match what you have on your homepage or on different pages. So again, your company installed this, the Rank Math SEO. So I don't know why they would install it and just leave it there, but they did. So I went ahead and went through the setup wizard. I set up all the different things that I felt were appropriate. So this was helpful in getting that sitemap sort of, well, you don't need a new sitemap, but it was helpful in getting your sitemap sent to Google, some instant indexing for the local, like Yandex is like a local directory more than Google, I'd say even. Redirection wizards and all these different things. The local SEO help. So this will help to this will help with your business.google page. You can look at
Okay.
some analysis. This is the
So
sitemap
something
here.
that's on there. I mean, I do have the podcasts, and you like. I just
Yeah.
don't have it like. So I'm just curious if that's important to do too, since it is a podcast,
Sure.
but only one link is.
Well, let's take a look. I think this was like a pro features. Yeah, so you'd have to like pay for that. But
Okay.
yeah, sorry.
Okay. That's good to know. Because, like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it is a podcast, and I think they set up so that it's showing up. It's like feeding into it, but I don't know if that's
Okay.
necessary or not. I just saw it. So I was like, well, it's important to look at.
No, it's cool. And this is literally just like an app that they
Okay.
installed to help with some of these kind of back-end SEO features. But even with this, I still made sure to go through each of the pages and just make sure all the metadata, which is like the keywording and descriptions and page titles and all those things were filled in. So like some of these like numbers, 13 out of 100, whatever, it doesn't look great for the number, but for I don't know why, because these are quite excellent. So like I put in like focus keywords for you for each one. I updated the titling and the snippet and the description and everything for each one. So each page has its own, custom description. So because Google loves that differentiation. So the backend SEO is so tight. It's so good on your site now. Like just non-existent before, to every page having its own identity. It's just I'm so excited to see where we are in a couple of weeks with this. So even
Okay.
something like, let's see, become a client. All right. So this has its own edit, its own focus keywords, its own dedicated description. It's even something as simple as like the getting started button is very thoughtfully done. So
Yeah.
so this was a huge lift, but again, it's just going to pay off so much. It pays to put that work in on the site to set that foundation so that all the work you're doing with Google will help you to be seen. So especially like the service pages and things that people specifically look for, like couples counseling, sex therapy, So it's really important to get that kind of stuff right. And so where this kind of stuff shows up is if you look at your website. I'll show you how Google sees it. All right, so when you see all this meta anything, this is what Google's looking at. So the meta OG description, meta title, meta type. Okay. There's a couple of areas for it. There's like a social section for some of that, like Twitter. Yeah, like Twitter labels for social. So all those are now searchable, findable, robot indexable by Google. And we've again taken that additional step of submitting your sitemaps directly, so the robots know exactly where to go, what to look for, what to index. So, Angela, you are smoking, girl. You got everything in there. Um, this was kind of a huge overhaul, I would say. I hate to say that it was even necessary because it should have been done. It should have been done. Yes. Tell daddy. Tell daddy. You have 2 parents. But yeah, so that's all I have to show you. That's all of our work that we laid out, and it's all completed, especially now that we went through those domains. So yeah, any thoughts on any final questions? Anything that you'd like to see?
So will you are you, as part of your work, are you keeping an eye on this and maybe sending me like, here's what it's showing up as this week, just to show that it's continuing to show? Or how are we,
Yes.
what's your follow-up? Or that's kind of what I want to know.
Sure. Let me show you. So this is basically I'll do a post page ranking report in 2 weeks. And
Okay.
so on the 13th I'll run that same sort of report that I showed you initially here.
Okay.
So these kind of things, we'll update these, and we'll
Yeah.
have an update for therapists in St. Louis, which hopefully will be higher. We want the average position lower, and then we'll do one for open bedroom doors, which should hopefully start trending lower because we want to be like number 1, 2, or 3 if we can, for certain keywords. Now this is like an average of all the keywords, but this whole report is very robust. You can go down here and actually see the specific keywords that people are looking for, which pages are the ones that are, coming up the most. So it's a very, very, very detailed report.
Okay.
That again, I can go through with you, or are you just happy to peruse on your own? It's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, you can send that to me for perusal. I just want to see how it's consistently. And one thing I am doing, like I said, on the site is on Shane's phone, we're looking at it. Like, where does Angela finally rank? Because I know that, like, when you look for yourself, you rank just because you keep looking for yourself, right? Like, so it's like, oh, we know her. She's looking for herself, right?
No, not really. Because what happens is sites like analytics, especially, like they, let me actually, I don't know if I can remember the exact feature that it is called, but it's a thing where it starts to look at like I'm logged in, so it knows my IP address, so it'll basically discount me as a search because it's like, oh, you're looking for yourself, so it doesn't really help. Now you looking from your husband's phone, yes, that's great, because
no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm using
there's
his phone to see where I actually rank.
Yes, and that
like,
does
on
help.
the list.
Yes. So keep doing that, or just make sure you like, here's the thing we can try real quick. Let's go to let's just open up a new private window, and let's see what we see as far as
like, I've been looking up sex therapist and it, like, in my zip code or something, or St. Louis.
All right. So the first thing we get is this sort of AI stuff. Then we get the Google business stuff.
Linda is showing up first all the time, which that's great for her. She must have gotten somebody to do great work.
Well, I mean, there's things we could, there's things we could do as far as maybe looking at her site and seeing like
Yeah.
what specific keywording she uses and stuff. But the real thing is she's probably just been around a long time. A lot of times it just the experience or length of time you've existed counts for quite a bit. She
Well,
also
I've been
might,
around. Like the point is that that's
yeah.
part like this. It's been a 2-year problem for me because I've been around just as long as her, and like
Mhm.
my website therapist in St. Louis was around for a long time, and then suddenly 2 years it stopped working for me, and I just didn't. I basically this has been a 2-year debacle of me trying to figure out what's going on with search engine optimizing and all of that. And I had a blog associated with therapists in St. Louis, so I was also putting content out on a
Mhm.
regular basis.
Well, what's crazy is her blog, the last post is from 2021, which is nuts. So you should be able to topple her pretty quickly as long as you keep, your site active, and all the stuff we've done with the
Yeah,
indexing should help quite a bit. So I mean, again, it'll take a few weeks, but I don't
it's gonna take
see
a
why you
while.
can't topple her off of this pedestal.
Okay.
And a lot of them, of course, are Psychology Today, the American Association, da da da, and all the things. Um, so that's okay. That's all right.
But so as you see, it's still not showing up like all these other things are showing. And so then it's like, okay, well, and who's the next one?
Yeah.
And then it's like,
Well, oh my
okay,
God. I'm 2 pages in, and here you are.
I gotcha. Okay. So there you
And
go.
and even though it's therapist in St. Louis, look at where it goes,
Okay. Okay. So
which
that's
was
good. It's at
absolutely
least
not
showing
happening
up.
before. Yeah, so this is
Well, and
fine.
that's why I keep doing it because I'm like I know this is a process and it takes a while. And actually, I'm not doing my blog actively right now, but that's one of my plans going forward is to start getting back into it because I used to like put how I used to do my blog is I would put my podcast episode and then I'd write stuff about it and I do that about weekly
Yeah.
and I can still do that by the way. I just haven't been there because I needed the thing to show up, you
No,
know.
absolutely. I mean, and it's a solopreneur problem. It's just, there's only one
Yeah.
of you, so I get it.
That's
But I'm
okay.
sorry
No,
because
I appreciate seeing that it showed up at least in page 2. That's improvement.
that is. But again, as time goes by, even though this is Open Bedroom Doors, is still the link. The link is still Therapist St. Louis, which again is fine because it'll all go to OBD. Let's
We'll go there.
just
That's
be
my
sure.
video, and like that's the thing. I'm always putting out YouTube content too.
Yeah. So I feel like as long as people get here, that is just fine. And let's screw you,
Okay.
Linda. We're gonna.
Well, she actually was my supervisor. I'm not. I'm not. I love Linda. I just also want to show up.
Sorry, Linda. Okay.
You're okay. No, Linda's fine. It's just it literally like 2 years ago, December of 20. What are we in 2026? December of 2024.
Uh-huh.
It's like my website stopped showing up and I
Mm.
couldn't be found and I don't know what happened. And up to that, she was always like Angela's just really great at IT because I was the top linked person. But really it's because I had a lot of content. And it
Yeah.
was just the weirdest thing. Like I said, it's been a 2-year process. Like I started with SEO people then, that didn't help. Then I switched to this new person, that didn't help. And now I'm with you. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, why does it take so much work to get this?
Yeah.
So anyhow, that's just a rant. Thank you for what you've done.
You're fine. No, I hear you. You are heard. You are understood. I absolutely get it. Um,
Thanks.
I do feel like
Okay.
this is good news. I didn't anticipate seeing Open Bedroom Doors, just simply because it's just too fresh. But
Yeah.
but I'm happy that at least Therapist in St. Louis is going to the right place now, and that you're still able to capitalize on the SEO you did build with that. And I'm glad that that's no longer on page 8. That's a huge improvement already.
Yeah, that
Um,
is.
but the goal is definitely to get OBD on the board.
Okay.
Now again, like let me look for it just directly because again, I just would look for
Yeah.
Open Better Doors and that wasn't even coming up. So, okay, so your YouTube comes up. Let's see. It's like doors.
Well, it's like you want to see Doris, clearly. You can't want to see her stuff.
Right. Now, I did see it on Friday. So I'm wondering if it just got a little buried with some of the work we've been doing or what, but boo. Boo to this. All right. Well, I know that Google sees it because I definitely did see the website when I just searched for it on Friday. Oh gosh. All right. Well, I'm gonna do my review, and honestly, even before then, I'm still checking in on everything,
Okay.
pretty much daily, just because I want to see it show up so bad. And then,
Okay.
you know, I'll keep you
We'll
in the loop.
see what happens, right?
Absolutely, and honestly, if we get to the 13th and I do my post check and things aren't moving in the good in a right direction, or say open bedroom doors is not showing up even when you search for open bedroom doors, um I will absolutely get back under the hood and we'll try some additional measures,
Okay.
and I'll even do some of that sort of sleuth work. Like we can look at some of the ones that are trending and start to check their keywording and stuff to apply to yours if we need to. But for the most part, I think it's just a waiting game. I'm very, very, very happy with what we've gotten accomplished. And I don't have any doubts that it will be successful. So, yeah.
Okay. So are you going to send me the bill via email?
Yeah, it's the same one. I can resend the link, and then
Yeah, please do for the next
yeah.
portion. And then I did have, I guess, questions or thoughts. So, like,
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
would like to, I'd like to do little by little stuff. It cost me a lot to get that website set up, and so I'm not ready to make a big change. But there are small changes and little tweaks here and there that would be worth doing. And so I'm kind of formulating like a plot for like what's my budget for an IT web person to keep doing stuff. I know you've talked about having like what do you call it, like being on a retainer of
Yeah.
sort. And so the first thing I want to do is I identify for myself after I've gotten through some of like the books of like what happened last year for like, here's what I think I could reasonably agree to for a retainer. And then my hope is to then just like use you in different ways over the next few months to a year to make whatever adjustments and shifts we need to like really get it to its final product
Form.
that, is over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Big things that I'm thinking of are the couples retreat. So I have like the dinner with a sex therapist event that's happening in February, but then this retreat, like you did such a beautiful retreat page for
Chris,
your brother that I was like, that's what's really missing in terms of like when people see this retreat, they're looking for like, what's the agenda? What's it look like? All this stuff. And so I really would love a better build out of my retreat page as one of the things. And right now, what I think I'm going to do is like, I have this website and I have Go High Level set up initially. So I still want to use what I've got at this point. But if there's like a migration over time, or if it makes sense, or if we're using what I have, but you're tweaking it, I do have some like thoughts of different things I want to be accomplishing to get this website like working well. I want to get back into the blogging like I was doing before, right? Where I put my episode out and then I write something. I haven't even done any of that yet because of all this other BS essentially. So I would like to be over time creating that with you. And I appreciate what you've done. This was really helpful. And so what I'd like to do is, like I said, pay you today for what you've done. But then like after I've come up with, this is what I think is a reasonable budget for myself, would you be okay with like, I'm kind of setting like, this is the limit for myself so that I'm not like overspending, but we're regularly doing work to keep improving things on the IT side. What are your thoughts about that?
No, absolutely. I mean, that's the whole idea as far as even my subscription models, where if you want to have a set like a set series of recurring things that I do. Like, for instance, for Chris, he has me on like my bare minimum plan. And I think we do like 2 social posts, an email blast, a blog post every month, or something like that. So we could do it that way. Or again, we could just like kind of reconfigure it to where it's more of the retainer model where you pay a weekly or monthly, budget that you're comfortable with. And then doing it that way, you tell me. So if it's,
Yeah.
this is my budget, then I can say, okay, well, I can probably get in 2, 5, whatever hours a week doing that. And then you see
Okay.
how I do my ClickUp lists. We can just literally kind of
Mm-hmm.
keep that revolving and have where we work on even larger projects, like you said, doing a retreat page or revamping the retreat page, like building that out
Mm-hmm.
step by
Yeah.
step, so we could just eat the plane in small bites. And yeah,
Yeah.
it's totally doable, and I'm very happy to be accommodating to whatever your budget and your budgetary needs are and your time. So,
Okay.
you just let me know. I love the work you're doing. It's always um,
Thanks.
you know, been an interest of mine, even with my own business. So, yeah, however I can support, I'm more than willing and more than happy. And honestly too, like I was saying before the call, sorry. She okay?
It's okay.
Yeah, but you good? Okay, she's good. But yeah, but before the call, like, just I'm trying to be much more intentional about who I choose to work with, and your whole
Yeah.
vibe is so nice. You're so kind. I feel like
Oh,
you're
thanks.
very explicit about what you want and need. I appreciate that directness, but you're just very warm. I would
Hmm.
love to work with you further. So yes, my
Okay.
answer is yes to the dress, and absolutely, let's keep it moving. So,
I really appreciate that.
oh,
I really
thank
appreciate
you.
all that because I do. I care very much about the people I do work with, regardless, and I
Hmm.
do try to be very clear and direct and to the point. I'm very business, but like I know what I want, and I also try to make sure that I'm setting good boundaries for myself, so
Yes.
there aren't like, I mean, just to call back to what happened to me this weekend with that other person.
Hmm.
If I look back, one of my lessons learned is I think that she didn't have a lot of clarity around how much she was willing to invest or not invest in things and what her own direction was. And I'm sure
Hmm.
that was an element for why she kind of backed out. It's real, like I may change and adjust course, don't get me wrong, but like, um, I would never blame you for my change.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
understand that there's a learning curve to all of this as well. So
Well, true.
anyhow, I appreciate that. I will be getting back to you very soon because the retreat's happening in April, and I am
Oh,
kind of a
wow.
little bit on the fence too of deciding whether I want to keep it in April or if whether I want to like push it out, but then like have time to build out the web page so that
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
have a very clear, easy way for people to get. And I just don't know how long it would take to build out the web page too. So I will say that like my first course I would be deciding a price range that I think I'm comfortable with paying you about monthly,
Mhm.
and I would want to be building out that couples retreat. And I'm just trying to decide, do I just like go for it and like get it in and like get it in as quick as possible? I would want to know like how long do you think it would take for you to do, because it's in April, and that like
Oh,
having that
no.
built out and set up is
Yeah.
important so that it's easy.
Yeah. No, well, just because like WordPress does require a little bit more um, like coding, I'd say, in some areas than like you have your editors and Elementor and Element whatever it is and all that. So it should be fine. Um but when it comes to just site design, site development, especially because you already have it, it's just a matter of building it out further, adding in the itineraries and things like that. That's I can't imagine that would take more than maybe a good 2 week turnaround. So honestly,
So
if
it
we
could
do,
be easy enough to get done
it
before
could.
January, so it's up.
I absolutely think that that's doable. I think it's just really more a matter of
Okay.
when you're ready to start. I can
Okay.
guarantee you for a single page retreat update that we can get that done in like 2 weeks. Um,
Okay.
And
Cool.
and
I
honestly
would
too,
like I would like
yeah,
to follow through, you know? Like I have a really
yeah,
cool team. I've already done it once. I just think there's an element of like we got to make it as simple as possible for people to sign up for that because you
yeah,
know how it is when you're in a website, you don't have to think. You just want to be able to boom,
yes,
do. I got
yes,
this. And you want those impulsive buyers to be able to buy
right.
easily. You
Yes, you
know.
want to be the candy at the grocery store checkout line, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Exactly. I need candy and like so that it's like, oh, I got it done.
yeah,
Cool. So all right, awesome. Well, I will say then, okay, I will get to you on that really soon then
sure,
because I
sure.
do. I want to get that done. I think I want to follow through on April. I just need to
Okay,
get that taken care of and looking good really quick.
okay.
So that will be my first course. If there's like an idea of like how much that'll cost, you can give me like a quote on that. You can look at it. But like I loved
Well,
what you did with Chris's
yeah,
in terms of like how it looked, the itinerary, how to easily purchase it. There are some semantics for it. It's $500 to sign up with me, but they do have to reserve at the hotel separately, and
mm-hmm,
that is one thing that's not as easy.
mm-hmm.
I could talk to the hotel person though and see if there's a way to make it simpler, like a quick direct or something.
Yeah,
But I
sometimes they'll
will say
give
that is
you,
one thing that's a little
yeah.
odd.
Well, when I did event management, like we would get us a link directly to like a dedicated landing page. I don't know if you have where you can actually do the whole block thing or see if they can reserve a
They
block
have a
of
block.
rooms. Okay, well then yeah, they should be able to give you like a link to a dedicated landing page for your block. So I think that's
Okay.
just a matter of a phone call. Yeah,
Okay.
get that,
I
and then
can
that's
talk to
something.
Jason about it for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, and
Okay.
so that's good.
Okay.
I would say if you want to do this under the retainer thing, then
Okay.
what we could do is just as we build out our sort of to-do list, let's just put those things that are going to be profit focused or that are, things that can hopefully recoup you the money back as
Yeah.
quickly as possible at the top of the list. So we could just put the retreat
Okay.
page at the top of the list, and then any other little things that come up, just keep adding them to the list, but we'll know what our priorities are. But if you want me to
Okay.
just build you out like a price quote for just doing the retreat page, I could do that too. Um, so it's
Okay.
really kind of up to you. I think,
So
yeah. Go ahead.
okay.
Sorry.
Well, what I would ask is give me a quote. But then I like I said, I'm doing my books and finishing some things up and kind of formulating what do I think is a reasonable price each month that I can contribute towards this. This is my IT bill and I'm planning
Hmm.
for it.
Okay.
So if you can give me a quote of what you think it's going to cost, that will help me in terms of like
Yeah.
formulating.
No,
But then my first thing will be
yeah.
the couples retreat and embedding the dinner with a sex therapist code on my front page so people see that it's happening. Those are the two things I need to do right now. That's it.
Yeah. No,
So I'll just let you know, like, the Eventbrite code. So it's not buried, like, because it's even buried in my website. So people don't know, oh, she has this event right now happening. So I would want it on the front page embedded so people could buy right now. Like,
well,
oh, there's
even,
an event. I'm going to go to that. You know
but
what I
even
mean?
beyond that, I would love to, if we're able to, some sites don't let you, but if we're able to even like iframe it in where people never
Yeah.
have to leave your site, they can do all of the
Yeah.
Eventbrite stuff on your page. That's how I prefer to set it up. Sometimes it's not
Mhm. It
possible.
is it is done that way already.
Oh,
It's
gotcha.
just
It's just
buried on another link. So
okay.
that's what I'm saying. I don't want it
Oh,
buried. So those would be
yeah.
the two
We'll
things.
just
Like
put
my
that
my
right on
event
the
is literally
page.
coming February 14th. It should be on the front page, just somewhere down.
Okay. Yes.
And so
Yes.
that's the first thing, and then the second thing is getting that couples retreat thing because that's in April, and
Yeah.
like the sooner I can get that done, like boom, I feel like I'm golden. But like I said, I want to just have you as like you're budgeted into my life for this year,
Well,
but in a way that is reasonable for me as a solopreneur. So I don't feel like
right.
I'm waiting. Like this is another thing. So with the other person, I was just waiting until I felt like I had enough money. But it's like, no, this is what we've agreed upon. This is
Yeah.
what I'm doing, and she's just doing as we go. Essentially, that would be
Yeah.
best for me.
Well, I will say, like, all of my pricing is very transparent. It's all on my site. What this sounds like is it would just be like a website refresh. That's $4.95. So that's what you'd probably be looking at. Of course, I can
All right.
look more specifically at whatever, but
Okay.
that's about where we would be. And but again, if you want to do the retainer model, even if you wanted to do it like as a weekly thing, you know, you just let me know, because whatever that budget is that's comfortable for you, I'm happy to work within. And again, just put the retreat as the first priority project. So, you know, $495 or whatever you can do, and then we'll add it in as like the first thing we tackle. So.
Okay, well, I'll tell you right now, the 500 is about where I was landing in terms of what I think I want to pay you monthly on a retainer. Okay. So let's get that moving soon. Because I have, it's the 5th, and I need the event and that couples retreat done as soon as possible. So like, send it to me, but let's get it started. Like, that'd be great.
That sounds. So send the. Oh God. I'm so sorry. Send the.
I will tell you, Sophie, just on the side note, like you, the fact that you are doing this and doing it well, and you're also multitasking, I'm still a mom and doing the mom things, boosts your credibility to me.
So sweet.
I have lived my entire work with my kid, like literally pandemic was me working and doing parenting. And I'll tell you, like, none of this phases me. To me, it's like she's this professional and she's still mommying. Like, you know what? Fuck yeah.
Well, not everybody sees it that way. So the fact that that's your own mommy vision is so beautiful to me. Thank you for saying that and lifting that up. Like, wow. Thank you.
I just want you to know, like, I've been a single mom. Like, I am married. Don't get me wrong. I am married, but like, I divorced. I've had to be a single mom. I'm co-parenting, but I'm the mom. You know what I mean? Like, I have to do it. And so anything that happens in this business, I'm still mommying it the whole way through.
Yes.
And like, to me, the fact that you did this, you're showing your work, you're showing accountability. Like, I don't even know. I don't even have the words to say. It's like, you know what? This is what moms have to do everywhere. Fuck you people. I don't know who I'm fucking. Like, fuck all you people who don't understand how much it takes to be mommying and running a fucking business.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you. You're such a dream.
Welcome.
You're such a dream. You're like a dream client. Truly. Thank you. Oh my gosh. So send the.
So let's move forward with that. I want to do the couples retreat, and I need your help embedding that event as soon as possible, because the event's February 14th. So if you can help me with that right on.
Absolutely.
I'm going to send me the link to pay you for this project. Send me whatever you need to start the next project, and then let's get going. I got to pee though, and I do have things to do between now and the next client.
Send it as a one-time, or go ahead and send the recurring.
So let's send it as a one-time for the 500, and the other thing that I need to pay you for, let's get it going. No, I'm saying like, let's do it. If we need to set up a meeting for you to know the info, I just can't do it right now.
We can go. We'll cross that bridge later. You go pee. Thank you again.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, if you want to like get on my books right now for that next project, I could do this week, Thursday afternoon.
Let's do it.
At 1, 2, or 3 Central. Like, I'm like, let's do it. I want to get it done. I want to get it done
what
as soon
time?
as possible.
What time? Sorry.
Thursday at 1, 2, or 3 Central.
Let's do 1. Let's do 1.
Okay.
And I'll send
you're in my books, and just charge me or send me the bills for what you finished here and what you need for me to get started with the new project, and we're doing it. I want to get it done as soon as possible, because like I said, the event's the 14th. Like, time is ticking on the event.
Yeah.
And the couples retreat, since you said you can do it in a couple weeks, all right, let's do it. You know, like that way, then I've got everything set up exactly the way I need to, and I can be marketing, and like, this is in the background of my life, which is what I need my IT stuff to be. Background.
Yes. Oh my God. No, absolutely. I'm happy to be in your basement. Getting her done.
I love it. You're
not
my
a euphemism.
A beautiful one.
Happily, gladly. No, I'm not even taking it that way, but you go pee. I'll send you an invite. I'll send this stuff.
To you later. I've got you on my schedule.
Yes.
I'll see you soon.
Thanks, Angela.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.